YouTube, what's going on, guys? It's CutsbyCoast here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be doing another Jayson Tatum type haircut. I am using my cousin again for this video. It's been taking off lately, so I figured I'd bring you guys a new, better quality version of that same cut. So let's go ahead and dive into the video. Alright guys, let's go ahead and dive into this video. This is what we are starting with. We're going to hit them with a mid taper, line everything up, and we'll go ahead and start by picking out the top. Next, we're going to go ahead and take our 8 guard and we're going to go ahead and go all the way throughout the hair. It's going to be an 8 all over besides the taper areas. And that's just going to give us a nice consistent round shape, but not having a whole lot of hair to deal with. Now let's prep the area by brushing all the hair down and putting in our bald line with our Andis GTX XO. Next, we'll be going ahead and setting in our open section with our Stylecraft Mythic, just making it about an inch high, making sure we have some room to fade down in. Now we're going to take the lever halfway and pretty much bump it up to the line we just did, and then close it up and try to get our bald line out as close as possible. We're going to go back in with our trimmer because that's what we put it in with, and now we can go ahead and start moving towards our next section. Now, same thing again, we're going to go in with our 1 guard with the lever all the way open. And when we're doing this, we are flicking into the 8 guard. Now that we've prepped it, we can go ahead and slowly close up that lever and work our way down. And after this guard, we will go ahead and grab our half guard. We're going to start with it halfway open and then fade that lever down as well to make sure that we get the desired transition. And just to go along with Jayson Tatum, what are some of the best NBA player haircuts to you guys? Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll try to bring a video to you. And the last part before moving on is just making sure that we cut to color, make sure the transition is nice and smooth. Alright man, we're going in with the 1.5 guard, and everything from here on out is just making sure we don't go too much, like too high into the afro. And we also want to make sure that we don't just keep cutting the same hairs over and over again and messing up our fade. So we're going to go in and just make sure everything is smooth once again, keep everything consistent, and then we'll start with the lineup. Right here on his beard, we are doing a slight fade down into it. We're not going to do a whole crazy fade because he likes his beard to be as bulky as possible. So per the client's wish, you got to do what they say. So we're not going to fade very far down. We're going to try to keep the entire shape. And I'm going to keep it real with y'all, man. I bought these and I bought the FX3. Man, the FX3, they might be sharp for some people, but man, mine won't stay set. I can't get them, I can't back them out. I don't know what it is. One corner is always hanging over. As far as everything goes, to me, these are the best trimmers on the market. I don't care who says what. You see the proof right here, man. If you ain't trying to spend $250 or $230, whatever the price they are, then just say that. Now we're gonna go ahead and do some shape up work. Just close the clipper up all the way and just rest our finger against his head and make sure that we're not getting too much into his afro. And then we're gonna lighten up the hair behind the ear to give us an easier way to make sure that his lineup is nice and sharp and the hair won't hang over whenever he leaves my chair. Whenever you guys are doing razor work, make sure that you're holding it at an angle to where it's not gonna dig into your client's skin, and it's just gonna glide nicely down to where you need to get the beard line at. And like 9 times out of 10, if a client's hair grows up pretty far on their cheeks, you're gonna wanna comb the hair down and go back in and retouch up the beard line with your razor one more time. Now guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the back. I'm gonna start by taking a 1 guard and just cleaning up some area, because you see as a cowlick over here on the right side of his neck. We're just gonna knock the hair down a little bit, and then we'll go in and set our bald line once we know which direction the hairs are growing in. Now that we got his neck balded out, we're gonna take our open section about 1 inch high here in the back, connecting it pretty much to that whole dark area, and we're really gonna make sure we pay attention to his cowlicks over here so that his fade does look normal, as if the cowlicks weren't even there. If you guys are not subscribed to me, I'd appreciate it if you guys took a second to hit that subscribe button. Also, leave me a like if you like this video so far, and comment below, let me know if there's anything that you guys would like to see in the future. And like I said, if there's certain NBA players that you like their haircuts, let me know and I'll try to get a client that has their haircut and bring the video to you. And back, same thing with the 1 guard all the way open, flicking into the dark. As you can tell, we're not going up too high, but we do want to end the fade about the middle of his ears. Now we're going to go in with the half guard, halfway open, and we are just going to push this fade up into that 1 open we just created. Right here we are using the corners going in at the side of his cowlick, making sure that it's faded just as well. And if you guys are wondering, I'm recording this video on a Canon EOS R paired with the RF 28-70 lens. It is a very expensive setup, but if you guys take your barbering as serious as I do and you make sure your marketing is on 10, I would recommend looking into a mirrorless camera setup. And before we move on up to the next section, we're just making sure that we have this all faded out nicely. We are cleaning it back up with the half guard and the 1 guard. And now we're about to dive in with the 1.5, flicking all the way up into the weight, making sure that we leave him a nice shape. And if you guys are wondering about this Mythic clipper, it currently is my go-to. It comes with the Fusion blade, which I really like. It's nice and smooth. It's definitely a nice innovation. So if you guys are wondering what clippers I'm using, the Fusion blade is on all of them. Now we're gonna dive in with the lineup, and then after we do this, we'll be able to see what hairs need to be like clipper over combed or freehanded to make sure that it's holding the exact circle shape that we need for this haircut. Whenever you guys clip over comb, you want to make sure that you're holding the comb nice and tight against the client's head. There's right here, I'm resting it behind his ear. It's giving me a nice solid surface to make sure the comb won't bend on me and cut into his hair the wrong way. Moving on to this last side, guys, we're gonna keep everything consistent, put in the same exact steps, and just keep it pushing. Set in your open section about 1 inch high. Make sure you leave yourself some room to work with, because we are gonna fade up all the way up to where the dark is. So you're gonna take the lever all the way open, then you wanna close it up halfway, and then you wanna close it up all the way back at the line you set in with your trimmer. You guys know the steps by now. We do everything the same. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys, The bald section, how you set in your bald line is how you're gonna create the arch and the fade. So here, whenever we set him up, we made it kind of an arch by his ear, so we're kind of making it a burst down at the bottom. Here we are on the finish, guys. We are clipper over combing, we are freehanding. We are making sure that we do anything to make sure that transition is nice and smooth and that the shape of this haircut isn't compromised. And one more time, guys, before we get up to the finish of this haircut, if you guys would like to see any certain content, let me know. Comment below and I'll bring it to you. I need to know what you guys like so I can help better my channel. Do the same thing on the other side to his beard as we did to the first side. I am doing a little bit faster here, but you just want to make sure you start with the open section, then you start with the open one after that, and it's the same steps on his hair. Just keep fading it the same way, it's just in reverse. Whenever you are doing lineups, you want to make sure all the hair is combed out to where you can see what you're working with. And lastly, let's get my man's beard crispy. We'll show you guys what we started with and how we ended, and I'll let you guys judge on what you guys think. And this is how we started, guys. You see, he needed a haircut bad. He booked his appointment, he came in. I got him all the way in there, and this is how we finishing. This is a mid taper, that Jayson Tatum type haircut. You guys see it. He's kind of got a similar beard. Let me know what you guys think, man. Leave me a like, comment, hit that subscribe button if you guys would like to see more content from me. I appreciate you guys. It's Coast, and I'm out of here.